Good evening, classmate and professor. This is our socialization project to the first submission. I would like to begin with a rather thought-provoking question. So, ladies, would you be willing to share or describe the positive or negative influences that you have shaped in your learning or teaching journey?
Yes, of course. Well, my journey on the path of learning English has had many successes and failures. I have often wondered why I chose this degree, especially since it wasn't my first option. However, I am here now and I have no regrets about learning and starting this roller coaster of emotions and experiences. And when it comes to teaching, I could say that I don't have a lot of experience. I have only worked as a substitute teacher. And during that time, I found myself recalling information about how to teach, how capture students' attention, and even how to grade their work.
Okay, if I talk about my positive influence or experience, and the first one that comes to my mind is when I was for first time as a teacher. That I was working as a teacher, and I think the opportunity to teach a class was worthwhile because I really enjoy getting to know my students, and I got satisfied of sharing my knowledge, and it was an experience that made me think, okay, there is a reason making mistakes, but the idea of learning more about myself as a teacher overcomes my fears. When I decided to teach, it was a life changing because I started to think, okay, I'm making a change, I'm making different with my community, especially since the joy of helping my students and say I'm busy preparing for my next class fill me with motivation to keep growing and inspiring my students. And Carlos, now tell us about your experience or influence.
Yeah, for sure, Juliet. So I would like to share a recollection to the process of acquiring knowledge. So I find it fascinating how I've been able to learn and continue learning thanks to the effort and dedication of certain teachers. So they've encouraged me to pursue self-directed inquiry and have made the subject genuinely and engage me.
Okay, now we would like to talk about our hobbies, interests, and future plans. Well, regarding my hobbies and interests, I take pleasure in traveling abroad. In fact, in about a year, I'm going to have my first trip abroad. And for me, it will be the beginning of this magnificent experience. It might inspire me to do similar things in the future and even more when it is my deepest desire.
Okay, in my case, my hobbies including traveling, reading books, and listening to music. Then I'm planning to travel to new countries to explore different cultures, enrich my musical taste, and broaden my horizons. Also, since I take pleasure in listening to music, I will incorporate into my classes to make more dynamic, fun, and it could be of use to my students and also give me the opportunity to get to know my future students better. Also, I might even learn to play the guitar or drums. I'm going to be the English teacher who give will with a class talking about music and teach them how to play these instruments a little bit. And Carlos?
Yeah, Julie and Yaritza, I need to be honest with you. So I don't have many hobbies, but without a doubt, my favorite is doing any kind of physical activity, whether it's joining or playing football or swimming. So I also enjoy the habit of reading, with a romantic comedies being my favorite genre, and I really value spending time with the friends and acquaintances. So now I would like to talk about some suggestions. Their classmate Jaritza. So I can regarding what you shared about your experience, your work experience. I just want to say that you are highly capable educator, so I've seen your strengths both academically and also like personality, and I truly believe you shouldn't let the SEO experience hold you back. Your skills speak for themselves.
Okay, Carlos, well, thank you. I will consider your valuable words. And Mergy, if you like music so much, I suggest you include it not only in your classes but also in your personal life. I recommend you consider taking singing lessons, which could help you bring music into your life in an even more real and fulfilling way.
Okay, thank you, Yaritza, for your words. And I would like to give a recommendation for Carlos. First, I would like to recommend that you explore new hobbies related to physical activities, especially because you like it. Perhaps learning new sports, especially if they are team sports. I think it will be very beneficial for you to combine your hobbies and activities with opportunities to socialize. And that's it. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mergy. I got you. See you later. Thank you for
Thank
watching
you.
us.